Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad we're all here together. This week we have Douglas Crawford, who will lead us in meditation, and then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. And after that, we will open it up for sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Douglas.
Okay, hello everybody. It's lovely to be with you. I'm going to read a passage from Brent Haskell's book called Journey Without Words, which is a channeled work from Jesus about the Course in Miracles, just in case any of you don't know of this book. And the theme that I'm going to read about is about valuing. So here we go. Greetings again. I am Jeshua. I have come this day to further with you my discussion of A Course in Miracles. I have been speaking to you of late of valuing and your values, and trying to give you some sense of how it is that your valuing is ultimately what traps you in this world. I said in one of the lessons, perception is absolutely consistent. It is impossible to see two different worlds, and you must see the world you have accorded value. So the seeing, the experiencing of a given world is for you a demonstration of what your values are. And remember that valuing is the internal statement of what it is that you feel is necessary for yourself to be. If you value your body, then you are automatically making the statement within and without that your body is partly or completely what you are. If you value anything of this world, you are making a statement within and without that what you value represents, in essence, you. The words of a previous lesson were, "The world I see holds nothing that I want," lesson 128. That statement becomes clear when seen within the scope of what we are discussing now. There is nothing in this world that this or can ever be what you are. So none of it is worth valuing, because if you value it, you merely confuse within what you are. And what are you? Over and over again, I have said, and this is the whole truth, you are the Son of God. You, like God itself, are spirit. You are not a body. You, like God itself, are free. You, with God, are co-creator of the universe, ordained thusly and created thusly by God itself. Remember, A Course in Miracles is not to be learned, but it is to be lived. So in your meanderings with your mind, take what I have just said to you and try to feel within your being its reality. Be not content to hear it as ideas and to say within your mind, "Ah, yes, I understand." Rather, attempt to allow that experience at the level of feeling and awareness beyond your thoughts to become part of you. As you do that, you move thousands of years closer to your freedom. I also told you in one of the lessons, lesson 152, the power of decision is your own. Indeed, that is so. Ultimately, that lesson is also about your valuing. As I have said, there is nothing you can experience anywhere in your universe without that it be your own choice, for you are the Son of God. And so I ask, how is it that this world I see doesn't behave according to my every whim? And the answer, which I have come to discuss with you today, lies in your valuing. There is one problem, there is one solution. The problem, as you recall, is that of separation. For there is indeed only one self. A self that is you, that's a capital S, by the way, a self that is you and which you are in its entirety, a self that is the entire universe and of which you are a part. Both are true. There exists within the universe of reality, within the universe that has meaning, there is within the world of truth but one self. Hear me well. This world you see is not yourself. Capital S again. This world that you see has nothing to do with what you are. But as you value this world, which is but your perception, which is your choice within your mind, then you will see it as real. It is true that its existence reflects a great sharing of the thoughts you all hold in your minds. But the thoughts that have created this world are not the thoughts you think with God. So this world, by its nature and by your own choice, is a reflection of your fear, of your desire to be separate from one another. And in your experience of this world, to the extent that you see it and think it real, you are valuing that separation. There are those aspects of your life which might seem to be strictly individual, belonging only to you. And there are those aspects of this life which seem to be collective, for lack of a better word. And it would seem reasonable that some aspects of your life you could control, while others might be more difficult to control. Remember the words. There is no order of difficulty in miracles. So as you see this world at all, in your desire to experience it for yourself, in whatever aspect, you are worshipping and cherishing separation. You are therefore worshipping and cherishing your desire to be separate from God and to be separate from your one self. It may seem, as you think about it, that some things in this world will happen according to your wishes. But ultimately, your thinking will demonstrate that not everything happens as you wish. That is because in your desire to be separate, you are desiring that that is because in your desire to be separate, you are desiring that things be allowed to happen to you. I'm just going to skip to the next section. 1 second. So it's not too long. Here we go. Your freedom lies in your valuing. Your real freedom lies in not valuing anything of this earth, for it is not and cannot be what you are. As you do not value anything here, from any possession to any circumstance, to that which you sense is yourself, to any relationship, as you value none of that, your mind will become unfettered. You will find within you a song, and it shall be the song of your one self, again with capital S. Truly, I tell you, beyond the words, beyond the thinking, the promise I have made to you is true. As you cease to value this world, there will be a song within you, and that song will guide you every moment, moment to moment. It will not speak of the past, it will not speak of the future, it will only speak of now, wherein you are totally free, wherein you are oneself. And in that song, there will not be an arrogance that says you need to create the circumstances of this unreal world, because you will know within your being where to go, when to go, what to say, what to do, to the last detail. And your joy and your peace and the voice for God, which is your one self, shall be your guide. For as long as you choose to walk this earth, imagine being able to walk this earth like a small child, to enjoy every moment, to play with your creation, with the abandon of a very small child, with a twinkle in your eye and lightness in your step. No fear for the morrow or for yesterday. And that is what I meant when I said you must become like a little child to enter the kingdom of God. What is it that will make you like that child? It is the freedom from your valuing. I tell you, with so much love, do not value anything of this earth, for it is not yourself, capital S. And as you let go of the values of this earth, you will find yourself as a little child. Then you shall walk this earth in joy for as long as you choose to do so. And then you shall move beyond it to another form of joy. And that shall be whatever you shall choose it to be, for you are the Son of God and co-creator of all that is. Blessings upon you all. That is all.
Open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have 15 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand or use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll invite you to take yourself off of mute. And if you'd like to ask Douglas a question or a comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out. Who'd like to share? Terry.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you, Douglas. Very thought-provoking. Where do you think I don't know if it's an emotion or a sentiment, but where do you think gratitude fits into what you were sharing earlier? You know, about not valuing things. And you mentioned, or the extract mentioned about not valuing your body, and I like to feel grateful for my body and for my eyesight and for my ability to find joy in the world and to, you know, utilize my body to do the work that I'm here to do and share the gifts, if you like. So is gratitude a bridge that lifts us into a more, I don't know, Christ-like way of perceiving our body? Where do you think gratitude would fit in with what you were saying about not valuing things, Douglas?
Yeah, Terry, it's a great question. It's like what is valuable? Because it didn't really say in that particular section, but I know you could call forgiveness valuable because it takes you out of the dream. And I think gratitude is also, like you said, a bridge or a stepping stone that leads out of the illusion. So yes, I would say it is a valuable quality to have. That's my personal opinion anyway.
Who'd like to share? Norman, take yourself off mute.
I would just like to say, express my gratitude to Douglas. Just in my own personal case, I can see my world improving okay, but I had a slight fear in the back of my mind, and I was mixing up the real world with heaven. I thought, well, if the world keeps improving, I jump into heaven and I'll not be any use anymore. And I think that is exactly what has been holding me back. You know, the real world is not heaven. And I've just realized that this very moment since you began this meeting, that's where my confusion was lying. And it's a great awareness for me and a great acceptance that I have to just accept the real world and let this particular ego world that I live in go, although this particular world is improving all the time. So it may just be gentle improvement, but certainly for myself, thank you very much indeed. It has cleared my mind a great deal. Thank you.
Thank you, Norman. It's great insight.
Who'd like to share? Sarah, take yourself off mute.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you so much to you all for including me today in this session. I actually have a follow-on question, or something that just occurred to me as Norman was speaking about heaven in the real world, and I'm just trying to reconcile that with kingdom of heaven within and without. That makes sense. It's not, I guess, just looking for answers to that. How to manifest the kingdom of heaven, I suppose, in the real world, maybe.
Well, I guess the way to look at it is that the real world, that heaven is always in our minds, and that all that we have to do is remove the blocks to the awareness of that experience. And the real world is the closest we can get to that experience while still in a body. As you say, the real world is not heaven, but it's the last step, you could say, just before that God sucks us back into heaven, metaphorically. Thank you, Sarah, for the question.
Would like to share something. Teresa, take yourself off mute.
Hi, Douglas. Thank you very much. I loved the reading, and it's lovely to see you again as well.
Likewise.
And welcome to Sarah. So it's nice to have you here. I was aware that I had little things going on. I was thinking, well, you're not in the present moment, because you're thinking, what would you share about? So I was in the future instead of being in this lovely moment.
Planning your share, yeah.
But there's been a few things just recently, and it links a bit with what Terry was saying. But in my writing this morning, and the lesson was about the gifts of I've got it here. I am entrusted with the gifts of God, but I couldn't even feel the gifts of God. I just couldn't feel it at all. And so I started my writing, and what came through was all the things I was grateful for, and there was so many things I was grateful for, even though I wasn't actually feeling it. But as I think you have been saying, it was like a bridge. It was like a bridge. And by the time I finished writing down, it wasn't just a list as such. It was just truly, grateful for so many things, whether I could feel it or not feel it. And then, eventually it was very much, if I cannot give these gifts to myself first, then I can't give them out. So it was nice. I felt very much more connected, instead of feeling so separate and so heavy and confused as I was feeling when I first started. So that was lovely. And meditating here together and listening to you reading that has been another step. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa. Yeah.
We have something in chat. It says, please could Douglas give the title and author again of the book he was reading from?
Yes, sure. The author is Brent Haskell. Maybe I can. The book is called Journey Beyond Words. And the author is Jesus, but the one who channeled it is Brent Haskell. I think it's Haskell. It's a very fine work. This, and we looked at valuing, but it's broken down into, I don't know, 20 or 30 different sections like that. So you can go and look at any particular theme that you want and just read a section which is about 20 pages each or something. Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to share. Celia, take yourself off mute.
Thank you, Douglas. Thank you, everybody.
I see you.
Hello. I realize that I still value thinking or being in charge of my thoughts, and that I found that quite quite an eye-opener, actually, to see that is what I do. I still plan and prepare and think that I am in charge of what goes on externally to me. In other words, I think I'm Celia. And when I give that up and I hand it over to the Holy Spirit, I am in that place where everything is wondrous and easy and stress-free and just flows. And it is such a beautiful place to be in. I don't know why I'm not there all the time, but it is obviously because for me, thinking is a block. Or the valuing of thinking is blocking my being present in the moment, which I know intellectually and from experience that is what I want to do, and that's where I want to be. But I'm obviously still kicking this ball about. So thank you very much. That was a real eye-opener for me. So
Right.
I'll have to really look at that and not try not to think about it.
And of course, you won't judge yourself for thinking, will you, Celia?
I won't judge myself for thinking, no. But it's lovely to have these meditations. This Wednesday series is so helpful because different people give you different ways of looking, and it is all so beneficial, and I can build on it gently. And so I really value this this seeing of what I'm doing, and I'm delighted to see it. So I'm not judging it. I'm delighted to say, aha, there is something I can be working on here. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you, Celia. Yeah, I was just saying to someone yesterday, reminding them, actually telling them about what the Course says about forgiveness. And one quote is, "Forgiveness is still," which basically is without thought, "is still and quietly does nothing. It merely looks, waits, and judges not." So this forgiveness is really just looking without thought.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Celia.
If we have time for one more share, who'd like to talk? John, please take yourself off mute.
Hi, John.
Hello, Douglas. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Douglas. That was wonderful listening to that. And wow, there's so much in it, isn't there? And I think one of the things that I've learned is, because I think whatever channel through there said that there is one problem, and it is separation. And I've learned it's not that wasn't the problem. It was the guilt and the belief in separation. That was the real problem. And I like to remember that, because if that's the problem, the solution is always my innocence. Always deepening my sense of innocence. And it's only when I do that, then I can look with innocence as well. And I love the part where it says about be like little children and enjoy, because I sometimes get confused. I say, what's it? Does it mean I'm not supposed to enjoy this? No, it's not that at all. It's not that at all. It's about, you can enjoy something. I can enjoy something without valuing it and being attached to it. And,
right.
And I'm really, really appreciative that I was able to have some connections with Ken Watney while he was still in his body, because he used to hammer every single workshop we did and said, there is nothing in this book which is pertaining to anything to do with the change of behavior. Absolutely nothing, not one word.
That's so true.
Change in my mind.
Yeah.
You can, who was it said, love and do as thou wilt. But it was lovely to hear that. And I think that's the thing, you know. Am I a perfect spiritual being? Well, there is a level, but I'm not yet there. So I forgive myself for that. I don't try, you know, just, you know, keep remembering forgiveness of the self. If I'm not, like, it was lovely hearing Celia there talking about, and I get all that sort of stuff, you know. I have to keep remembering, no, that's okay, it's not real. Because I want to feel good. I think that for me, that's a very lovely barometer, is how do I feel?
Yeah.
If I'm feeling joyful, if I'm feeling calm, if I'm feeling peaceful, I'm doing okay. And if I'm not, I've got work to do. Thank you so much.
Thank you, John. Yeah, I'm also a great fan of Kenneth Wapnick. I try and read a bit of him almost every day, actually.
Okay, we've come to the top of the meditation. Please take yourself off mute and show your appreciation to Douglas. That was wonderful, Douglas. Thank you.
Thank you, Douglas.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Lovely to be with
Thank
you.
you all.
Much indeed.
Thank you.
Lots of love.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.